So could your UFC debut have gone more perfectly than that? Talk about how that felt.
You know, we got in there. You know, always planning to get in, get out as soon as possible. You know, I was ready for 3 rounds, but you know, he got in there and got it done. You know.
Was there something about his stance or anything that made you know he'd be susceptible to that punch?
You know, it's George Roop. You know, he gets hit with that all the time. You know, we just had to be faster. Beat him to the punch and, you know, put him down.
Certainly there's a great height advantage there, but you know, going into that, did you have a game plan for him, or you just figured you'd play it by ear once you got in there with him?
You know, that was my 3rd guy that I fought that was 6'2", 6'1". You know, I spar all the time with John Johnson. He's like 6'4". Not 6'4", but 6'2". You know,
Stefan Struve is on the card if you'd like to.
I don't want none of him, but you know, a lot of tall guys at my gym. You know, Jamie Courtney, Giovanni, Rob Rush, sparred all those guys. So you know, I was used to the style, and it's nothing new. You know, tall guys. I've been fighting tall guys. It's just crazy that I dropped down to 35 and I fight the biggest 35er in the world. But you know, it went perfect.
I don't know if you know this, or you probably don't, but you were actually trending on Twitter after your fight. How do you feel about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I need some followers, and then at Rob Font, that'd be amazing if I can get some followers. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
This was your 3rd fight so far this year, and you finished them all in the 1st round. Do you want to take a little bit of time off now, or do you want to get right back in?
No, I'm right back in, man. I want to get right back in as soon as possible. You know, honestly, I think Sergio Pettis would be an awesome fight. You know, if we can make that happen, that'd be great. But it doesn't really matter who else. But I'd love to get in there and, you know, get as soon as possible.
Yeah, we discussed before this fight when I interviewed you how you got in this. At first, you were a Pizza Hut driver, and you kind of got. Did you ever think that this moment would come?
You know, you always hope, dream, but you know, it's here. So, you know, but not really. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I thought it was just kind of. But once I got in there and like started fighting professionally, I knew like, okay, it's only a matter of time to get in there and just handle business. But
just going back to the height of George, when you're sparring, well, what's one of the keys to kind of cutting off that advantage?
Speed. You know, you got to be faster than him. You know, you can't let him get his shots off. You got to be a little faster than him, and just close the distance. You know?
And how effective do you think George is with that reach? Was it a fairly easy game plan to implement here in practice?
Honestly, he didn't feel like he was long. I didn't feel like I was in there with a guy that was 6'1". He didn't use it. You know, he wasn't behind his jab. He wasn't throwing his leg kicks. You know, he fought me like a smaller guy. He was honestly was like crouched over like this. You know, but you know, it worked to my advantage. So hey, I'll take it.
And also at the end of a week like this, your first UFC fight for such a big card and just getting to see everything that surrounds a big UFC card. What are some of your just impressions here, just fresh off a win and being part of this for the first time?
You know, I'm loving it. I'm taking it all in and everything. You know, this is awesome. Everybody, the interviews, microphones, can I just touch a couple of them? You know, like this is awesome. You know, I'm just loving it. Every little second of it, from the hotel to the to the view to the hot weather out here. You know, I'm just loving it all and taking it in.
Obviously, there was a change at the top of the division recently with TJ Dillashaw taking out Renan Barao. Just curious, I know you're just getting here, but what do you think of the division? How do you feel the bantamweights are shaking out these days?
You know, it's a tough division. You know, TJ's the man. Huge shout out to TJ Dillashaw. He looked amazing his last fight. Definitely a tough division. You know, UFC. So you know, everybody's gonna be a tough fight. But you know, I'm ready. I'm here. You know, I felt like I proved I'm here to stay, and you know, I'd love to get in there as soon as possible.
Do you think he should have had an immediate rematch, or do you think that Austin South should have had a shot?
It's hard, you know. Barao, no, honestly, no, he shouldn't have got the rematch. You know, he killed him. He destroyed him. You know, he went in there and just took over and just made him look, you know, dumb, honestly, stupid. He just went in there and just did what he wanted to do with him, and you know, Sanchez probably should have got it, but you know, whatever. You know, you fight whoever they put in front of you.
I know you said the weight cut wasn't too hard on you, but when you're actually, I know it was a short fight, but how do you feel when you're actually in there?
Great. Felt great. You know, I actually woke up the day of weigh-ins. You know, actually shout out to Paulina and Michelle from Perfecting Athletes. You know, I woke up drinking water and tea. You know, like so, like I felt great. It was 3 pounds. It was nothing.
You talked about there were no UFC jitters. Were you expecting that?
I really was. I was like, all right. I'm like, where's it at? It's not happening. Something's gonna happen. Like, should I be feeling like this? Or I was, but got in there, felt like another day in the gym, you know. But yeah, definitely, I couldn't believe it. I was like, because everybody's UFC jitters. I'm like, man, you got lying the whole time. Like, why'd you lie to me like that, you know? But it felt great, you know. But Yeah, man. It was an amazing feeling. I got in there, got it out, and I can't wait to watch it. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
When you were in the octagon, was there a moment during the fight you just kind of, looked around and go, "Oh, I'm here," like, or is it always like
not too much? Not too much. I went and looked for my girlfriend, looked in the crowd, saw her. I was all right, cool. Just like another day in Rhode Island. We handled business, heard Tyson, John, Mark, and it was just smooth. Hope every fight goes like that. Hoping that gets a little more crowded in there. I'm not okay. This is where it comes in, but. It felt great.
Not for nothing, you didn't really take any damage. There's a fight coming up, obviously very close to Rhode Island, over at the casino, Mohegan Sun or Foxwoods, but that's coming up soon. So perhaps you can stay ready, get on there if somebody gets hurt.
We'll see.
Be fun.
That'd be awesome.
What about that Sergio Pettis fight intrigues you so much? Why is he the guy that you?
I don't know, man. I just think I don't know, man. I really feel like he's a 25er. He shouldn't be at 35. And I just think it'll be a great fight for the fans. No disrespect to him, I think he's awesome. I think that, it sounds weird. He's only had 2 fights, but I think beating Sergio Pettis would be a little better than beating George Roop because he's that good. He's that good. He's solid. And I just think it'll be a great fight for the fans.
Nice.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Let me get some love over here, man. That was awesome.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank
Get
you
the
guys.
cameraman. You don't leave him hanging.
Let me get some outside.